Every now and then when you do a service for headlights with the clients, they might ask you to do the fog lights. And if you're asked to do the fog lights, you may want to examine the fog light first. Run your hand across the fog light. Is it still smooth, somewhat smooth on the top? Kind of press a little bit on it, see if it's loose. A lot of times those fog lights are not as secure as they look. So if you apply pressure trying to rasterize that fog light, you could dislodge the bracket and just cause more problems for yourself. Now it's totally your call on this. You could either service those fog lights or not do it. If you do, you could probably charge maybe $20 more to the price. That's totally up to you what you charge. Generally, if the fog light looks decent and if it's loose and it's not as secure, I will pretty much not do it. I'll just decline to do that. So bear in mind that fog lights on a lot of these types of cars may tend to ride closest to the ground. They're more susceptible to rocks and pebbles hitting them, and so the impact can really leave deep indentations. It would take quite a bit to sand down the plastic to eliminate that. So overall, if you don't feel any deep impacts from rocks and it looks like you can service it, make sure that the bracket is secure and that there's no movement on that. You can possibly service the fog lights. But if there's deep impacts from the rocks, you probably don't want to try to service it because it's just too much plastic to try to take off to do so. I just recommend to the client to just buy new fog lights. And my final opinion of the fog lights, if they look halfway decent, the plastic is smooth, you can still see the bulb on the inside, the support bracket on it is strong enough, you could probably just take some Maguire plastic. You'll clean the fog light first, and then you'll just apply the polish, and then you just buff it, and it shouldn't take you no more than 3-4 minutes to do it. I would not suggest trying to remove a layer of oxidation that's on it that maybe you don't even see the inside of it as much. So generally, if the fog lights is oxidized and it looks like you might have to do some wet sanding, I really recommend don't do it. Just do not service the fog lights if they got oxidation and it's going to require using wet sanding technique. Do not spend your time with it because it's more tedious. The impacts of the rocks hitting it is going to be a lot more into the plastic, and you're just going to find yourself in a very tough situation trying to service fog lights, and you just might make it worse than what it may be looking right now. So fog lights is really kind of questionable. It's really a judgment call. If it already looks clear, the plastic is smooth, maybe it just has a little bit of hazing on it, and you can just take Maguire's plastic or maybe just a little bit of the rubbing compound and just kind of get it off and then polish it, you're done. But if other than that, leave it alone.